Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Thanks for joining us for Midday. I'm Brian Carlson.
And I'm Jillian Smuckler. And if you're heading out for lunch today, you might want to wait a bit. Look at what we're dealing with in the roads all across Salt Lake County. We got a lot going on today.
You've had nasty conditions on the roads throughout the state. So you're looking here at I-15 in Beaver, south central Utah. Obviously, the conditions very snowy. Zion National Park right here, same kind of situation.
Yeah, and in South Jordan too, I-15, almost whiteout conditions there. It's really hard to see the roads. And you also got Bangerter Highway in Taylorsville, also the roads just covered in snow.
So we have team coverage here for you on Midday across the state, including Caleb Bagley live in Riverton, seeing significant snow on the road. Nate Larson in Parley's Canyon with the impact there.
And we have Annika Johns live in West Jordan, buried in more than a foot of snow there. And Kate Gardner is near the North Ogden Divide, where conditions are actually starting to improve a bit. But first, let's check in with meteorologist Thomas Gieboy. And Thomas, it's hard to believe just how much snow we're getting.
I mean, we knew that this storm was going to pack a serious punch, but when you see it play out, it still kind of boggles the mind. And some places have seen just feet of snow. We've seen a couple of feet in Tooele, where we've got a report from Brian Grimes at 26 inches of snow. And that doesn't even include the snow drift, because with our strong winds that we have, we've seen spots that have seen snow drifts up to 6 feet. But Tooele, 26 inches of snow, 21 inches. For West Jordan, Salt Lake City International Airport reporting over 16 inches of snow, getting close to 1.5 feet at the airport. And when the airport gets a lot of snow, that's where you know that we have a lot of snow. 14 at Park City and 12 inches in Provo. We're still seeing scattered snow showers, especially in the northern portion of the state. The bulk of what we're seeing is actually west of I-15, but as we see more of a westerly flow, we could see more of those snow showers find their way to the eastern portions of the valleys along the Wasatch Front in a bit. But scattered snow showers in northeastern Utah and in southwestern Utah as well. If you plan on getting out on the roadways, make sure you build in plenty of time, because it's still rough at times, even though we're getting a break in some spots at least. This is the view from here at ABC4 News Studios. We're west of I-15 and we're still seeing times of snow. 26 degrees, got a northwesterly breeze that has been gusting to over 30 miles per hour, and that's why we've been seeing those snow drifts, and things don't look any better as you travel down the I-15 corridor. This is the view in Cedar City with our Southern Utah University camera network, where that snow has been falling steadily basically throughout the entire morning. And if you're going to be traveling along the I-15 corridor, just be prepared for snowy roads. The winter storm warnings that we have, these continue through at least tonight. Some of these won't actually go away until tomorrow morning. We also have multiple winter weather advisories. Still expecting more accumulations for our mountains, still expecting more accumulations for our mountain valleys. And while we're expecting 2 inches plus for most of our valleys within these winter storm warnings, with temperatures generally below freezing, anything that we see will likely stick, and there will be some spots that actually outperform what we're expecting. So those additional accumulations could be more, just depending on where you are. In Salt Lake City, the chance for snow showers will continue through today. During the second half of today into tonight, those snow showers will become more scattered, so there will be at least more spots that get a break, but we won't be able to completely eliminate the chance for wet weather. While down in St. George, we're going to have the chance for rain and snow showers as we go through the day today. So very active weather is what we have been seeing, and we got more on the way, and we could see more snow for our Thursday and Friday. But we'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. But what are the roads looking out there like right now, Sarah?
Still pretty busy. We're looking at some wet conditions. Here's a live look. Provo Canyon Road and Alpine Loop. Again, it's a lot more plowed than it was earlier this morning, but we're seeing a lot of that slickness from the snow that we've seen falling over the past few hours. In the Salt Lake Valley, we're seeing a couple of accidents scattered about, a couple of ones to note in the Salt Lake Valley that are causing a little bit of congestion here. We're looking over that accident northbound I-15 upper in Weber. This is an Ogden area. The right shoulder is kind of closed. This estimated clearance time next 10 minutes or so, around 12:15. We also have a little bit of congestion down in downtown Salt Lake at around I-215 south. Again, should be cleared in the next few minutes. And finally, another one a little bit closer to Murray. Now, something huge to note here down in Nephi, we do have those northbound lanes closed because of semi rollover. Now, again, this is I-15 northbound. UDOT says they are expecting to have those cleared in the next 2 hours or so. But if you're heading down north, or down south rather, that's something you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on. Here's a live look from I-15 point of the mountain that UDOT posted on Twitter. Again, lots of snow on the roads. It's going to factor into your drive times here. Provo to Salt Lake going down a little bit from earlier than what we saw this morning. You're looking at 36 minutes. Right now you're looking at 51 from Provo to Salt Lake. If you're heading back up, You're typically looking at 36. Right now, you're looking at 54 minutes. If you're heading from Salt Lake to Ogden, looking pretty average, 32. Back to Salt Lake, you're looking at 33 minutes. So as you're heading out that door again this afternoon, remember to take that time to slow down and drive safe. Back to you.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, some parts of the Salt Lake Valley saw more than a foot of snow, including Riverton. That's where we find ABC4's Kayla Baggerly. She's been tracking the conditions there all morning long. And Kayla, it seems like conditions there are actually starting to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, Jillian, Riverton was hit pretty hard, but things are lightening a bit now. We were seeing some big flurries of snow this morning and some really harsh winds coming and going, but it is calming down. Though I do want to show you just how much snow we did get here in Riverton. If you see when I step here, just how deep that's coming. It's about to my knees. In fact, some parts of Riverton got 14 inches of snow, and another area that was hit pretty hard is West Jordan, where some parts were seeing 18 inches. This has been impacting roads. Here we're seeing some slush. It is looking a lot better than it was this morning now that the plows have been out. It was buried in snow this morning. We were sliding coming in, and we saw someone who even had to dig themselves out. Now, although it is looking better, you still want to make sure you're being careful out here. It is slick, it is slushy. You want to make sure that you are slowing down, increasing distance between other cars, and avoiding sharp turns. And of course, it's been pretty cold out here. I'm bundled up. If you're going to be heading out in the next little bit, you'll want to make sure that you are wearing plenty of layers too. And keep in mind, roads are different all across the state, so you'll want to check road conditions for where you're headed to on your commute, and just making sure that you're doing everything that you can to be careful out here. Now, there are some positives to the snow. The snow we've been getting here is pretty fine. It's very soft. This will make for some great activities if you're wanting to make a snow day the next few days, like sledding and even a snow angel, which I want to do right here. It is pretty deep, so I'm kind of nervous, but we're going to go for it. We're just going to go for it. So let's see how we do. Woo! That really came down. It is coming up really high on me. As you can see, there's been some great snow here in Riverton, and it's just a great opportunity to enjoy this weather that we're having while it's here. Reporting live in Riverton, Kayla Baggerly, ABC4 News.
Showing us how it's done. Thank you, Kayla. Heading up the canyons, that's been an issue. Meteorologist Nate Larson is live at the mouth of Parley's Canyon. So, Nate, we've been checking in with you throughout the morning as well, and it feels like the conditions there have been really off and on throughout the day.
Yeah, it started off with a lot of heavy snow, Brian, earlier this morning. We had the traction law that was in effect, so we're here actually at the mouth of the canyon at the parking lot where semis are required to chain up if they haven't already before they head up Parley's Canyon. So I'll step off. We're at the base of the parking lot. It's kind of an upslope, and we're at an area where semis tend to get stuck if they stop, and so for safety concerns, we've kind of had to park it where we are. It's, of course, quiet right now. No one out in the parking lot as the traction law was lifted around 9 o'clock this morning, and the road conditions, we'll have Jesse, our photographer, show you that as well. They look phenomenal. In fact, it's about at least with the app on UDOT, it shows green lines almost all the way up the canyon. So they're still wet. There still, of course, is below freezing temperatures, so you could encounter some slick spots out there, and the traction law could go back into effect. There was a semi slide off overnight, and it could go back into effect if the conditions warrant for that. So with snow showers still in the forecast, in fact, the winter storm warning through 5 o'clock Thursday morning, 5 to 10 more inches of snow are possible. We could continue to see dicey conditions up the canyons. For right now, we're getting a bit of a break. It's not looking quite as dicey as it is across other parts of the valley. So live at the mouth of Parley's Canyon, ABC4, Nate Larson, back to you.
Thank you, Nate. Now, another area getting hit hard by this snowstorm is West Jordan. That's where we find ABC4's Annika Johns. And Annika, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, so right now it's obviously a lot of snow. We have a wind chill coming through right now. We can see the flag is waving and going crazy. Along with some snow, the fresh snow on the top layer is starting to pick up as well. And if I move over here, I'm going to start getting into some deeper snow. But you can see here we have the snow drift. And I do have a tape measure, so we're going to go ahead and see just about how much snow is right here. So once I put this through, I have about 25 inches of snow just in this one area. And if we take a look at these trash cans right here too, they are stacked with snow. There is no stopping it from coming down at the moment. There's been a reported 21 inches here, but clearly we can see there is at least 25 right here in this area. Reporting live from West Jordan, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.
It just keeps coming down today. So conditions at the mountains, actually, they're improving. ABC4's Northern Utah correspondent Cade Gardner is live near the North Ogden Divide. He's up to his knees in snow. What are you seeing with the divide there, Cade?
Yeah, well, I am up to my knees in snow. I'm just going to take a couple steps forward. Now, I'm a shorty. The Lord blessed me with many things, but he did not bless me with the gift of height. So I brought a tape measure. We're going to see just how deep this is. All right, so we're getting 19 inches. That's pretty incredible. So here at the North Ogden Divide, we're right next to North Ogden Canyon Road. This is a county-owned road, and they were not able to maintain it overnight because of whiteout conditions, so they had it closed off to traffic all night long. Now, they were able to get some plows out here this morning. You can see the road is very clear in comparison to the snow we're standing in. And traffic is now allowed to go through, but they're still asking people to avoid the area if they can. You know, as conditions change on and off throughout the day, slush does build up on the road. In fact, just an hour ago, this road was almost completely covered in slush. So they're just saying, be careful. Now, cities across Weber County, close to this North Ogden Divide, are asking people to do a few things. To not park on the street until the plows can get through, to remove snow around fire hydrants if they have any on their property, and again, to just take it slow, be patient if they're out on the roads. We'll continue to cover what this snow looks like out here throughout the day. Back to you.
Yeah, the common denominator is everybody's seeing it. So today, the storm forced schools across the state to cancel class or go on delay. All morning, we've had that full list on our website. To see the list and more of today's storm coverage, just scan the QR code you see on your screen. It takes you to all the snow headlines now on our website at abc4.com. Still ahead here on Midday, a front row seat to a snowy morning. See the video from inside UDOT snowplows out clearing the roads today.
Then our winter storm is hitting Utah's national parks. We have everything you need to know if you plan on visiting any of them today. Coming up next. As we head to the break, let's take a live look at Cache County on this Wednesday afternoon. And they're no different. They're seeing snow out there all over the ground, and it's still coming down this afternoon. It's pretty incredible. Stick with us. We have more storm coverage for you right after this.